There are both benefits and costs associated with species that tend to live in group communities. The benefits of group living is increased foraging efficiency, reduced risk of predation, and cooperation in living groups. The potential risks of group livings are competition for resources, an increase in diseases and parasites, and also a loss of parentage. Foraging is the ability an animal has to find food sources. Living in groups allows animals to overall use less energy while obtaining all of the essential resources they need. They are able to conserve energy because not every member of the group needs to use energy in search for food.
A benefit to group living is reduced risk of predation. When animals gather in a bigger group, they may be spotted easier, but they each have a lower risk of getting eaten by the predator. Let's look at guppies, for example. We can focus on large schools and individual guppies. The individual guppy has the highest risk of getting eaten because it is the easiest to spot. This is why it is better for a lonesome guppy to join a big group, because the more and more guppies that join, the lower the probability will be for a specific guppy in the school to get eaten.
In order for group living to be successful and persist in a population, animals need to cooperate with one another in order to ensure that the benefits of living together outweigh the costs. Animals cooperate by foraging in groups and taking turns being vigilant over their territory in order to keep their relatives safe. Another benefit of group cooperation is the altruism that results in members of the group helping their relatives rear offspring, even though this sometimes requires them to put off their own reproduction, either temporarily or permanently. By helping to raise a relative, an organism increases the chance of genes similar to his or her own being passed on, thus contributing to their own fitness.
Competition is a negative interaction between animals who require the same limited resource. This occurs because animals become crowded as a population that grows to fight for food and mates. If there is not enough resources for the animal's needs, then one or more animals in the same species will go to extreme measures to fight for the same resource.
When a large number of animals live together, there's an increased likelihood that disease will spread between them. King penguins, for example, live and breed in extremely large groups because of their long breeding period. There are often thousands of these birds on an island at any given time. The close proximity between these animals gives parasites and disease-causing organisms the chance to flourish. A prime example of this is the avian flu. This disease occurs naturally in the wild among bird species, but has spread to other animals, even humans, in recent years.
The last problem associated with group living is the loss of parentage. Most groups consist of one dominant male and multiple females to help alleviate this problem. When there are multiple males living in the same group, it becomes difficult to determine whether the offspring belongs to the dominant male or another male. This is a problem because the males want to pass on their genetics to the next generation. If a new dominant male takes over a group, sometimes they kill the offspring of the previous dominant male so that their genetics get passed on instead of the previous males. Females living in groups with multiple males will mate with many males to increase the survivability of their offspring, since the men would not be able to tell who the father is. There are costs and benefits associated with group living, and many species have adopted this lifestyle.